We're focusing now on the vanity that relates to fire. So here's how it's explained. Interestingly, in Tanya, he uses these two words. After he says that anger and vanity, what he calls kas and gaiva, which, as I said, I'm translating anger, could also be translated, frankly, wrath. It could be translated as rage. But anger is the best, I think, word. And here, vanity or pride or arrogance, he says, shanigba, come from eish, shanigba lamaila. Eish, his rises upward. Because fire, of all the four elements, of all the four archetypes, Aish, the fire is the only one that rises up. So, obviously, that has a relationship with arrogance or with pride, because it's like someone walking with their head up in the air, so to speak. They feel they're higher than. So, like fire, they're like rising above, lifting themselves up among others, feeling superior, feeling special. That sense of pride and vanity, and so on, and arrogance and pompousness. That's the connection. Because when you think about anger, where do you feel an anger, an element of looking up? However, there are discourses that discuss anger in that context as well, because an angry person also has that element of being, and this is the way they connect it. They say, this is Rab Chaim Vital speaking now. In his writing, he says the following. He says, arrogance and vanity are connected because a person who's not arrogant a person who's not vain will not be arrogant. So in other words, actually I'll read it to you. I have the translation here. Let's read it, the text itself, okay? My friends, here we go. It says like this. I'm translating from the Hebrew. It is a result of a person's arrogance that he becomes angry, seeing that people do not comply with his will. If he were humble, recognizing his shortcomings, he would not become angry at all. So arrogance and anger are in fact the same temperament. So this is an interesting take. So this gives us a little deeper insight into what vanity is about. Obviously, I'll talk about it some more. That vanity is connected to anger because it's basically a person who's humble doesn't get angry. We're not talking about a person who's a doormat and has no self-esteem and is being stepped over by others. We're talking about a person who's truly humble, humility as a strength. So if you're humble, why would you get upset at others if they offend you? Because you don't have an ego. There's a story they tell. One of the Chassidim of the Tzemach Tzedek was once by his Rebbe, by the Tzemach Tzedek, and he says, Rebbe, wherever I walk in shul, people step on me. You know, basically everyone is like humiliating him and putting him down. So the Tzemach Tzedek answered, if you wouldn't spread yourself over the entire shul, no one would step on you. In other words, you're everywhere. You're getting into everyone's face. Basically, your arrogance is what's causing people to step on you. If you knew your place and you just were humble and doing what you had to do, you wouldn't get angry.